Hi everybody and welcome to another video. First off, apologies for not actually being on camera today. I'm just getting over COVID and I'm still not 100%, but I thought I'd share this little workflow with you that I've been trying to get working within Ecamm. So what I wanted to try and achieve in Ecamm, I thought was going to be pretty simple. For each scene that I have, I want to be able to adjust the sound levels for my Spotify stream that I use copyright-free playlists playing along during my live stream, and be able to adjust the volume of that stream, also adjust the volume or mute my microphone as I switch between scenes. And I'll give you an example. I effectively want my microphone to be muted. I don't want for you to hear me during that, but I want the Spotify music to be sort of at the maximum before you start a stream. Typically what people want to do. As I switch then to my main scene, I want the Spotify music to fade down and I want it to be a lot lower than when I'm speaking. And then same for if I do my be right back. I want the music to fade up and I want my microphone to be muted. So I thought you could achieve this actually within Ecamm itself, but it turns out you can't. What Ecamm will allow you to do is between each scene, you can mute or unmute the various different sound level sources that you have. So switching to the Be Right Back scene, for example, I could click this mute button and it would basically save that mute setting with my scene. So Ecamm does allow you to have the mute on and off depending on which scene that you select, and it's persistent within each scene, which is great. But what I couldn't get to do is basically fade the levels down of my music when I'm switching between scenes. So I use the WaveLink from Elgato, which is the software plugin that you can see here. I use a Wave XLR and it allows you to basically control the audio settings for your microphone and also have various different inputs. So it's a little virtual mixer and it's really very useful. So my setup is pretty straightforward. I have a microphone connected to the physical Wave XLR device on my desk, and that then just comes in as an input here to the Elgato Wave XLR software. As you can see, you can configure all these parameters. There's many videos on the internet on how to set this up. And then the next one is basically Spotify. So you can select whatever input source you want. In my case, I'm using Spotify. And then you have two basic outputs, the stream mix, which is where you can basically push to Ecamm. And then the monitor mix is what you hear in your headphones. With the latest version of the WaveLink software, you also have the addition to add some audio effects. I'll create a video on that at another time. And also it comes with a WaveLink microphone virtual FX input. And this basically looks like this. So in here, you've got a number of different inputs. You've got the WaveLink stream, which is where the main sources of all the mixed audio comes out, but you also get now with the latest version this WaveLink microphone FX, which is effectively a separate output. It's just whatever is connected, in my case, to the WaveLink XLR with any effects applied. So you get two additional outputs, so the main stream and the WaveLink microphone FX. So my setup is pretty straightforward. The WaveLink microphone FX is just basically my microphone with any effects that I've got applied. And then the second output is the WaveLink stream, which is just going to play my Spotify playlists. And this is where the combination of the WaveLink software and the StreamDeck using some multi-actions comes into play. If I go over to my StreamDeck, you'll see that I've configured 3 multi-action buttons on my StreamDeck. And these are the ones that are going to help me control the audio, the fade, and the levels for my WaveLink. Now, WaveLink actually has, as you can see here, a whole set of actions that you can search for within the StreamDeck application itself. Just type wave and you'll see that you'll come with the WaveLink audio settings here, which is great. So from that perspective, you can already configure your StreamDeck to have different configurable options for your WaveLink software. So within the StreamDeck, you can create multi-actions, which are a series of actions triggered by one particular button. And I'll give you an example of how I'm setting the audio levels then for my various scenes. The countdown and the be right back are identical, and the S1H or the main camera is going to be slightly different. So let's take a quick look at the countdown button. If I double click on this, it's basically got two actions. The first one is a straightforward Ecamm run scene. So it's going to run my countdown scene. And then here, the WaveLink is basically a couple of options. So the set input volume, and that's basically what it says. You select the input that you want. In my case, I only have two. So it's either my Wave XLR, which is my microphone, or Spotify. I select Spotify, and the output I want to control is my stream mix, which is what basically goes into Ecamm. If you remember, if you look here, the WaveLink stream is the main audio output from the WaveLink software. If I go back to StreamDeck, so the output is the stream mix, and then you've got the options here to do a fade. You can fade between 0.5 and 3 seconds. I've set mine to 2.5. And then you basically just say what percentage of volume do you want to change it to. For in this case, it's going to fade up to 72% when I click on the multi-action. Let me give you an example of what that actually looks like. So as you can see, I've got Ecamm set up here. I'm just going to press the countdown button on my StreamDeck, and as you can see, the fade automatically goes to the right level on the Spotify, and my main microphone is muted. Now if we go to the main scene, which is the S1H for example, on my main camera, you'll see that the music from Spotify fades down to an acceptable background level, and my microphone is automatically unmuted. The same would apply to the Be Right Back. Again, Spotify fades up and my microphone is now muted. So I'll dig into this in a little bit more detail on another video, but I just wanted to give you a very quick heads up on how to configure your Elgato WaveLink with multi-actions on StreamDeck to be able to fade your music up and down depending on which scene you switch to within Ecamm. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon in the flesh in another video.